All right, everyone, come on in. Is anyone watching online? Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. 2 people watching. Hi, people watching. Hi. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to In-Person Youth. Welcome, welcome. What? The most obnoxious what? I'm very confused about what just happened. Okay, good. Welcome, everyone. I do. I even prepared you a mic. It's up here. Look at that. The people love you. The people love you. And I think it's on, too. I think so. I think you turned it off. Try it now. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Oh, there it is. Ooh, Smarties. What are these here for?
Oh, these are a prize. I've got a game, and I actually got prizes. Because it's been a long January with no prizing.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should get 2 people,
Uh-huh.
pick them at random, put these in their hands like this.
And Battle Royale.
Exactly. The people who have been chosen must fight with the Smarties, and whoever breaks each other's sword first,
Wins.
the first person to break a sword
Loses.
Yeah, the person whose sword breaks loses.
Yeah.
And then the person who wins gets all the Smarties. And the person who lost gets kicked out.
Wow.
That's the price
See,
to pay.
my only problem is everyone else sees fun. I see a trip to the hospital. And I'm not willing. I'm unwilling. Yes, let's set them on fire, and then battle to the
Yes.
I'm thinking all bad ideas. Not at all. Not at all. Okay, let's start with announcement-y things.
Announcements.
And we'll go through these pretty quick because there's not much to know. And know the rules. It's been a while. Do you know it?
What are the rules?
Be good.
Be good.
It's easy.
I'm still.
It's easy.
I still want that T-shirt.
That'd
Stefan.
be great. That'd be great. Does anyone do drop shipping? Any of you a drop shipper? No? Haven't heard of that? No? None of you have a side hustle, making millions on the side, drop shipping? Amy? Okay. Yeah, so there's places out there that'll print us stuff and ship it to us. Anyway, okay, applying the rules. Okay, so you've been online for quite a period of time where I'm like, hey, you should all talk during the lesson. Don't do that here because it's distracting. I will ask for your input. Give it to me at appropriate times and try and stay on topic. The 4 people watching online, you guys can talk in the chat. And
Hi, online people.
Be cool like that. That all rhymed. That was fun. And I think Kristen's in the chat too. If you're there, say hi, Kristen. Yeah. Speaking of Kristen.
Hi.
You're not Kristen.
I know. Oh, it's the leaders.
I have awesome leaders. We have amazing leaders. There's Amy who just left for unknown reasons.
Kristen is online, supposedly.
Kristen is online. Ed had to work. Lynn went to the U.S. What?
Stefan's here.
Stefan's here.
Chad is here.
Chad is not here.
Ed, y'all still haven't put my name up there.
I did have it for like a week.
Yeah, you had it for like a week, but it's not a week anymore.
And then it vanished.
Yeah.
I actually don't know why it disappeared. I think I copied
Does
like
it,
an
does
old.
it just reset every
I think
week?
I copied like an old presentation and then it didn't transfer over. Welcome.
It's like
Welcome.
a time loop. That's what it is.
So why doesn't Chad come? Because Chad is normally busy on Wednesday nights, and he is our small group senior high leader for Sunday nights, which we're working on getting that back up and running. It's not yet. More on that in the weeks to follow. Doge is here, which tells me it is time for a game.
Ooh, it's time for a game.
It's time for a game.
Wasn't there, like, I feel like there was a song that was about, like, time for a game. I don't know why, but maybe we should make one.
We should write one.
I can't beatbox, so I can't make a beat.
It's time for a game.
Game.
There we go. All right, this
Yeah, I'm just
involves
the
all of
ad-libs.
you, so I need everyone on their feet. Okay.
Because everyone here is the same.
Who don't we know? All right. Oh, you want the microphone. That's what it's all about.
Wow. They're jealous of me.
Yeah, that's what it
They're-
is.
They're trying.
They see you and they think,
They're threatened.
that should be me, and he should die.
I'm going to get Julius.
Okay, here's the game. It's
And it's
called
gonna
Rock,
be by
Paper,
Brendan.
Scissors.
Brendan's my
And it
Brutus.
involves you versus the screen. Okay?
Oh!
You versus the screen. So what I'll do is I will count down through. Oh, you're like, oh, we'll just cheat off the back screen. Well, I fixed it.
Oh, okay.
So you will look at the screen and you will not see anything. And you will put your hand out in either the rock formation, the paper formation, or the scissor formation. Okay? No Heiling Hitler yet. Okay? So you will put your hand out in that formation. I will click the button and it will change. If you are a loser, you have to sit. Okay? This is halfway based on the honor system. I'm going to get demonetized for saying Hitler.
Yeah. Wow. Wait, do you even make money? Stefan has like, no, it's Stefan's like. YouTube
Okay, and the
channel or
last
something.
person standing gets a prize.
These are for us.
Okay? So, questions, yes. You're going to put it out before I change the slide. So I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, shoot. It's going out. Everyone's going to hold it there awkwardly until I change the slide. Okay? Yes. I might do ABCs. I might do
Whatever Stefan's
WYM.
feeling like. This is just cyberpunk rock, paper, scissors.
That's exactly what
Just
it is.
not as buggy.
Okay? Okay, a test round. No one will lose on this, okay?
All right.
If you lose, you're not a loser yet, okay? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay? Good. Hold it. Hold it. I do know all of them. Okay. Hold it. And I click. And it's rock.
it's rock.
So if you had scissors, you would sit.
Why are there so many people using rock? Like,
Okay?
what? Yeah, what if it's a
Okay,
tie,
but you don't
Stefan?
die. If it's a toss-up, you don't die. You're in it to play again. Okay?
Yeah, and then we
This
get all
is
this.
a really fun social experiment. Okay, ready? Rock,
right.
paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, hold it out. Hold it. Hold it.
All right.
And
Lots
the
of
screen
rock,
has
lots of
picked
paper.
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 So if you're rock, you lose. Okay?
There's not that
Good.
many rocks out there. That's
No,
surprising.
that was surprising.
Rock is
Very
usually like the
interesting.
first throw.
Very interesting. Okay, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Shoot.
Okay, hold on. Hold on to that.
All right. Here are all the rocks.
Scissors.
Scissors. Something's happening,
Wow,
Stefan.
This is interesting. This is fascinating. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah. Shoot.
Double paper. Okay, here we go. Dun 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 dun. It's paper again. Okay. All right.
Something's going on. I don't know. This feels a bit suspect.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Next one. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Here we go. Ding.
Scissors.
Nice. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Here we go. Scissors. Ooh, Kate. And
There's
Bethany.
actually a bunch of people. People actually go down this time. Okay.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock.
Wow. I'm impressed.
This is going to be intense. This is going to take the entire night.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock again.
Rock.
Ooh, got a few. Got a couple. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. How did you guys get so good at this? It's rock again. All right, let's go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ready? Paper. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, difference. All right, here we go. Scissors, you are
Wow.
dead. That's
Just
amazing.
chuck it.
That's amazing. All right. So, round 2. Everyone back up.
Round 2.
Okay, this is going to be a lightning round. If you tie, you die. You tie, you die.
That rhymes.
Yes, it does.
And it's a proper rhyme as well. It's I-E-I-E.
I know.
So
It's so good. I did one the other day, but it was really bad. I don't remember what it was. Okay, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Does anyone remember the order of the last one? Because it's the exact same. No, it's not. I did change a few. Here we go. Paper. Where my rock? What?
Whoa!
What? What?
Is that a Kilimanjaro in
I just
Halo?
fell off the stage. I'm so shocked.
That's like a Kilimanjaro
amazing.
in Halo. Or a Killian.
All
I
right.
don't know that, man.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh.
Here we go.
Ooh,
What?
Bethany, wait.
Wow.
Wait, no, because... What?
Wow. Yeah, lightning round between the two of you. One on this
All right,
side,
everyone
one on
back up
this
here.
side. We're going to do best of 3.
Yes. Now this
Yes.
is proper.
Okay, go.
All right. Rock.
Well, that's no fun.
Hey, both of you. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right.
Who has one? Who has the point? Who won that?
Bethany.
Bethany, okay.
Rock, paper,
Oh,
scissors,
got
shoot.
it. Ooh.
Brendan.
Wonder
All
Woman.
right. Comes down to the last.
Dun, 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 dun.
3, 2, 1. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Bethany wins!
Wow. Well done. Feel free to share those if you want. Feel free not to if you don't want.
Yes, Stefan, what do you
I was
expect's gonna
expecting this to go a lot longer, as you can see.
happen? Wow.
No, that. Do you want to do another round? I'll do another round. Let's do another round. Let's do one more
Do
round.
we have another round?
I have no more Smarty packets, but this is for respect. This is for a Tesla.
And it's a plaid.
Plaid
Even
Tesla.
though they aren't that good.
All
No,
right.
like the Tesla Model
If you're
Plaid.
playing, stand up.
Elon has
if you're
horrible
not,
naming conventions.
Lay down. Here we go. For a Tesla. Yes, still a lightning round. You tie, you die. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh no. It's going to happen again, Stefan.
Widespread failure. Wait, what if you did this?
This
It's
is going
like
to be
half
total
paper.
failure. Discombobulation.
Here we go. Paper.
All right.
If
there's
you're
a lot of people
alive,
like that.
let's go. Rock, paper.
If it's
If you're
tie, you're dead.
tie, you
Dead.
die.
Tied, die.
Rock, paper, scissor, shoot. Hold it.
Ooh.
Rock. You tie, you die. You had rock. You tie, you
Tie,
die.
you die. Which means...
You
you
just
go.
won a Tesla! I don't know where you're going to get it from, but
You
it's
get
all
a car.
yours.
You get a car. There was actually, like, after that, no one could actually pay the insurance.
Yeah, the insurance
So
premium on it was too
she
much.
paid all the insurance because all these people were going to be completely broke. And she's like, oh, and she paid all the insurance.
Well, would you rather win a cash prize or a car prize?
Cash prize.
Why?
You can buy...
Because I can't drive. Best argument.
You can
Yes.
make the Putin mobile.
A kangaroo or the money to buy a kangaroo?
Well, kangaroos taste pretty good, so I don't know.
Whoa. I would take the kangaroo because I don't want to go through the hassle of buying a kangaroo. But now I want
How
a
much
kangaroo.
does a kangaroo cost? Actually,
Depends on where you are.
and they're pests.
In Australia, they're pests, and
which
people
is why
will
we have
pay
so much
you to
meat
take
over
them.
Here. All right. Do we want a live kangaroo or a dead kangaroo?
A live kangaroo,
A
preferably
live-
male.
All right. Kangaroos for sale. Okay, that's probably a Russian website.
You have the dark web on that thing? So
Nah, this is Apple. They would have not exoticanimalsforsale.net, and it's not working.
No.
The website is not opening.
it's probably the filter
I'm
here at
touching
church.
the link, and it just nothing's happening.
It's probably the church filter won't let you through.
Literally, not, so it's loading, but it's just not loading.
Yeah.
It's just stopped.
Yeah,
Okay.
you've now been banned from the internet. All right, a round of applause for my co-host. Thank you so much.
You know, every time I wear anything remotely good, I feel like that one video of Willem Dafoe where he had he was dripped out and he was showing these guys it,
Yes.
and he got the name Willem Drip Foe.
Yes.
And then there's Norman Dripborn as well, which is literally the best name ever.
Have you seen the meme of William Dafoe and William DeFriend? It's one of my favorites. I don't think I have. That's fantastic, though. All right, well, Doge is on the screen, so that means it's time for our lesson. Ew. How much? Oboe? 5,000 oboes? What's the price of an oboe? Like $1,000? All right, now we need to fundraise. No more t-shirts. We're raising money for a baby kangaroo. That's very important to me, that it's a male kangaroo. Fantastic. All right, we are into a brand new series. The title is the same one that's on the screen. It's called Justice for All. Now, what comes to your mind when you hear the phrase justice for all? Equality. The Justice League. Yes. As a deeply trenched American, my mind immediately goes to Boo the American. My mind immediately goes to the what's it called? You put your hand over your heart and you recite the Pledge of Allegiance. That's what I was looking for, because one of the lines is justice for all. Now, maybe your mind goes to more lofty places like a court TV, or maybe even the Metallica album. Anyone? No? Just one? Okay. That's fair. We'll come back to the idea of justice in just a moment, but for now I want to talk to you about another word, and that word is love. Ooh. Because we're in February, and you know what's in February? Shh. Mm. Should we have a singles awareness celebration? Singles awareness celebration. And it'll be a sass. I could be here. Yes, I like it. Sad. We have a sad party coming up for all the sad people. All right, so think about some of the love stories that you know, okay? Maybe they're from good books that you've read, maybe they're from TV shows, maybe they're from a movie. What's a good love story where someone did something ridiculous because they loved someone? All of them, yes. Wow. There's some strong feelings about this. That's like every Disney movie where the princess meets the prince and they see each other for 4 seconds and decide to get married. Exactly. Molly. Yeah. Ooh. Mm-hmm. They're like way up here and I'm still down here with my sad party. Yes. 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 Nice. Plot twist. Is this a French tale or a German tale? You need to go back and read this book. uh-huh. Wait, does she have magical hair too? I'm very confused. Dear Deborah, if I lose my eyes, do not cry into my eye sockets, please. Yes, Molly. Terrifying. Wow. Are witches human? Interesting. Have you watched the movie Princess Bride? Okay, so you would know the love story of Princess Bride where Wesley says, "As you wish," as he's falling down the. And then what does the princess do? She's like, "Oh, my Wesley!" And she like goes crashing after him. That to me is ridiculous love in a movie. That is. She could have walked. Yep. We've all seen extreme gestures of love. In my own life, I have a slight example of an extreme gesture. It's not extreme, but it is awfully adorable, so I'll share it. So before I was engaged, before I was wed, Deborah and I were dating, and I knew that I was going to propose to Deborah, and I was planning on where it was going to happen. And she always talked about this place called Beulah. It's her campground that she grew up at, and she has a lot of fond memories there. And so I thought that would be a really good place to propose. I've never been there, so I don't know, like, where I should do it, but I'm certain a moment will come, and the moment will arise, and I'll take the plunge. Anyway, so we planned for a date. It was off in the future. So I go, and when you propose to a girl, you need a ring, right? That's the thing to do. Smart guys will find out the size of a girl's finger before they put the ring on your finger, okay? So how I got the size of Deborah's finger was we were hanging out one day, and you know the twisty ties that come on bread? Yeah, I made a ring out of that, and I slid it on her finger as a joke, and she played with it for a little while and sized it to her finger perfectly because she has ADD. And then she left it on the table when we left. I went back, grabbed that ring, took it with me to the jeweler's. Brilliant, okay? Guys, take notes. So I take it in, I get the ring, and they like put it on the thing, and they're like, okay, she's a size 8, I think, or 6 or something. And so I bought the ring, and so they said, well, we can't size it here, we have to send it away, and it'll be sized. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, send it away, and I'll get it. Plenty of time for this trip that we've planned to Beulah. Well, it takes longer and longer and longer and longer, and this date is getting closer and closer and closer. And it's now the day before, and I still don't have the ring back. And I'm thinking, oh dear, what's going to happen? I don't have anything to put on her finger. The morning that we're supposed to go, I still don't have the ring. And so I go down to the mall, and in the mall, in the center of the room, I see they have gumball machines in the center. And one of the gumball machines has rings in it. Okay. It's a $2 gumball machine. I did bring $2 with me. So I take my toonie out of my pocket, I put it in the machine, and I spin the dial, and a little ball comes out, and it has a ring inside of it. And I said, perfect. I slipped it in my pocket. We drove an hour to Beulah. We're driving around, we park, we walk around, and she's reminiscing all the things that had happened at Beulah Camp, and we finally get down to the beach, and she's telling me all about the things that have happened on the beach and all the fun times she's had with her friends, and I'm like, yes, this is it. This is the moment. I got down on one knee, and I pulled out the gumball container that had the light-up ring in it. Yeah, it was a light-up ring. And I said, I popped it open, as only you can do with a gumball machine, like little canister. And I held it up to her, and I said, the real one's coming, but I can't wait any longer. Will you marry me? And of course she said yes. I mean, long story short, she took out, it was still wrapped in like the little plastic packaging that it comes in. So she rips it open and she slides this thing on her finger, and it stands like this high off of her finger, and like you twisted the top of it and it started to flash like blue and green. I don't know that she still has it because we've moved like 15 times since then. But it was an epic story, right? Like, this is the crazy amount of love that I had for her, that I was willing to go through these extremes and embarrassment of maybe she would say no if I didn't have a real ring, but is it real love if she said no? No. So sometimes we do ridiculous things for love, but there's a not so ridiculous truth underneath these ridiculous gestures. Deep down, we all understand that love is not just an emotion that we feel. And love isn't just a word that we say. Love is something that is demonstrated by our actions. And sometimes the people we love don't do this very well, at least not in our opinions. Sometimes the people who are supposed to love us don't show it with their actions. Sometimes people like that make us really upset. Have you ever wanted to get even with someone who has hurt you? I mean, they hurt you, so it's only fair that they experience some pain in return, right? I mean, I get it. I've been there. I've wanted to get revenge on people. When we're hurt, we want revenge. We want consequences. We want justice. Now, we've sort of defined what love is, okay? Let's see if we can sort of define what justice is. Some people, when they think of justice, they think of a few different things. The first one is maybe as a punishment. When we think of justice, we think of a punishment. You do something wrong, you get caught, you go to prison, and prison is your punishment, prison is your justice. Other people, we might think of justice as closer to revenge. Something happened to you, and so you do something back to that person. You get revenge on them. Sometimes some people see justice as just a trendy term that gets thrown around in politics, at protests, especially on social media. And sometimes our desire for justice, it is well-intentioned, but sometimes it is misguided, and sometimes it's a little bit of both of those things. Sometimes it's well-meaning, sometimes it's not. There's a saying, an eye for an eye makes the world go blind. An eye for an eye makes the world go blind. It's a reminder that when we're trying to get revenge every time we're hurt, the cycle of pain never stops. So what's the alternative? What do we do when something unjust happens to us? How should we respond when someone really hurts us? And how do we balance forgiving people while still standing up for ourselves? And is it possibly that getting justice is about more than just punishing people who have hurt us? Over the next 3 weeks, we're going to take a look at what God says justice is and what it isn't, and we'll see what justice and love have to do with each other. So for the next 3 weeks, we're going to talk about justice, and we're going to take a look at a family in the Old Testament. That's like the first section of the Bible. We're going to take a look at the family of Joseph, not only what they experienced, but also what carried out. They carried out unspeakable justice. At the center of this story is Joseph, okay? Joseph was the second youngest sibling in a family of 12. 12 brothers. 12 brothers. As one of the younger of the bunch, the Bible seems to suggest that Joseph was a little bit of a tattletale, and that his father would often ask him to keep an eye on his older brothers. Now, by the way, as an aside, Joseph's older brothers, all 10 of them, he had one younger brother, but his older brothers were all half-brothers, birthed same father, different mother. And this created some serious sibling rivalry between all 12 of them. Joseph's brothers were convinced that their father Jacob loved Joseph more than anyone else. And they weren't wrong. They were right. Jacob's favoritism created an us versus them mentality. Now, there's already tension in the family. Jacob reinforces this when he decides that he's going to give Joseph an elegant robe, okay? I mean, you saw Ethan's nice trench coat. It was kind of like that, I imagine. I don't know. VeggieTales tells us that it was a coat of many colors or the Technicolored coat. VeggieTales, and y'all are like, what? Who is unaware of the VeggieTales? Oh, man. All right, we're going to have to watch it. I'm raising my kids wrong, clearly. All right, that's what we're doing when we get home. So Jacob gives Joseph this gift, this elaborate robe, gives no other child a robe, just Joseph. Yeah, so there's a lot of jealousy. There's a lot of hurt emotions. Now, we all want to be a part of a family or friend group in which there's unconditional love. We're accepted for who we are, free from all prejudices, biases, and favoritism. But this family is not that. Jacob doesn't operate that. He has a favorite, it's Joseph, and he's not afraid of letting everyone know it. And many believe that Jacob preferred Joseph simply because he liked Joseph's birth mom better than the mother of the other children. And maybe you've experienced something like that in your own life, being treated unfairly because of who or where you've come from. Whatever the reason, Joseph's dad created an unhealthy family dynamic. And to be honest, Joseph doesn't help his situation either. Let's see how Joseph adds to the unhealthiness of this family. We're going to pick up the story in Genesis chapter 37. It says this, "So Jacob settled again in the land of Canaan, where his father had lived as a foreigner." This is the account of Jacob and his family. When Joseph was 17 years old, he often tended his father's flocks. He worked for his half-brothers, the sons of his father's wives, Bilhah and Zilpah. But Joseph reported to his fathers some of the bad things his brothers were doing. Tattletale. Jacob loved Joseph more than any of his other children. Wow, because Joseph had been born to him in his old age. So one day, Jacob had a special gift made for Joseph, a beautiful robe. But his brothers hated Joseph because their father loved him more than the rest of them. They couldn't say a kind word to him. One night, Joseph had a dream, and when he told his brothers about it, they hated him more than ever. "Hey guys, listen to this dream," he said. "We were out in the field tying up bundles of grain. Suddenly my bundle stood up, and your bundles all gathered around and bowed low before mine." His brothers responded, "So you think you'll be our king, do you? Do you actually think you'll reign over us?" And they hated him all the more because of his dreams and the way he talked about them. Soon Joseph had another dream, and he kept it to himself because he learned the first time. Wait, no. And again he told his brothers about it. "Listen, I had another dream," he said. "The sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed low before me." This time he told the dream to his father as well as to his brothers. But his father scolded him. "What kind of dream is that?" he asked. "Will your mother and I and your brothers actually come and bow to the ground before you?" But while his brothers were jealous of Joseph, his father wondered what the dreams meant. So in Joseph's dreams, God does reveal some very important things, but weird flex on all your brothers, bro. It's true, God was speaking to Joseph through his dreams. It's true that God was showing Joseph his future, that one day he would be in a position of authority over his brothers, but that is not the point right here. The problem wasn't that Joseph had these dreams in the first place, it's the way that he bragged about it to his brothers. The way he shared his dreams with his family lacked love. So we sort of defined love a few minutes ago, but let's see if we can define it a little bit more clearly with the help of the Bible. The New Testament, in there is a book of the Bible called 1 Corinthians. It's written by one of my favorite writers, the guy named Paul. He's writing to a group of believers in the city of Corinth. And he gave us this letter, and he gives us this definition of love in 1 Corinthians chapter 13. He says, if I could speak all the languages of earth and angels, but didn't love others, I would only be a noisy gong or clanging cymbal. If I had the gift of prophecy, and if I understood all of God's secret plans and possessed all knowledge, and if I had such faith that could move mountains, but didn't love others, I would be nothing. If I gave everything I have to the poor and even sacrificed my body, I could boast about it, but if I didn't love others, I would have gained nothing. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. And so Joseph here in this story is a clanging gong, a crashing cymbal. He has zero love for his brothers. Yeah, he can see the future, but without love, this dream means nothing to him and his family. As we'll see over the next few weeks, Joseph's lack of love in this moment sets off a painful chain of reactions for him and his family. Ultimately, we'll see how over 2 decades of heartache could have been avoided had Joseph just taken a different approach in these moments. So given the fact that there's already division between his brothers, Joseph needed more love in his words to break down the walls of hostility in his family. Jacob's favoritism, it created this imbalance in their family by showing favoritism to Joseph. His brothers were filled with hatred for Joseph and the injustice of their father's favoritism. And Joseph was arrogant. He's insensitive to the ways that his brothers were hurting. In this family, there's a lot of hurt, and they just keep hurting each other. As I said, when people get hurt, they usually want justice. But what is justice? Justice is when something is just, fair, lawful, or right, but justice can't be the same thing as revenge. If everyone in Joseph's family who had been hurt ever tried to take revenge on each other, it just would not end. Their family didn't need more vengeance, they needed more love. But not the kind of love that's only communicated with words. They needed love communicated through actions, like Paul described in 1 Corinthians, because justice isn't revenge. Justice is love in action. So I highly doubt any of you have 11 brothers that hate you as much as Joseph's brothers hated him. But I do know that you know what it's like to be hurt by others. And too often, it's easier to act unjustly than it is to act with love. In our relationships, it's sometimes easier. So in what ways do you need to choose love instead of revenge? Humility instead of pride? Kindness and gentleness instead of cruelty? Or maybe in your community, in what ways can you show love in your school, your neighborhood, your community, even if you didn't cause the problem? What are some ways that you could introduce love into a situation? Or maybe in the world. In Joseph's family, his father, Jacob's favoritism and brokenness caused conflict and division. When you look at the world around you, where do you see conflict and division? Throughout history, there have been leaders who have had dreams for the world that were rooted in God's justice and his love, especially when there was hatred and division. In the United States in the 1950s and 1960s, we saw a historic movement that fought against racial injustice. In that time, many voices were rising up to fight the injustice and to address the racial divisions in America and call for love and justice. And probably the most famous person to rise up at that time was the voice of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And he was a pastor who had a God-given dream, and he knew how to share that dream in love. Not in a way that was arrogant or self-serving. Let's take a look at just a clip of what he said.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
And so Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream, it inspired other people to fight for justice by turning their love for others into action. And so tonight, my question for you is, what is your dream? Where do you want to see more love and less hatred? And you don't need to wait to go to sleep to hear God speak to you about your dream. You can dream right now. What if you wrote a kind note to someone who you don't always agree with, or try to find common ground with someone who seems different than you, or go grocery shopping for an elderly person in your neighborhood, or someone who's had a difficult time getting out of the house on their own, or offer to help tutor another child of a single parent who's struggling to maintain balance, or maybe even simply just doing something kind for a sibling, just because. What's your dream, and how can you make that a reality? How can you live out justice? How can you put your love into action? In Joseph's story, God gave him a miraculous and prophetic dream. And although Joseph selfishly mishandled that dream, the message of that dream was rooted in love and justice, and Joseph missed it. In the next few weeks, we'll discover more about what Joseph's dreams meant. But for now, keep asking this question. If justice is love in action, how can my actions demonstrate more of God's love? If justice is love in action, how can my actions demonstrate more of God's love? Let me pray. Father, tonight, as we think about justice, as we think about love, and how justice is love put to action. God, we've talked about some pretty big things tonight, but God, tonight, help these students to understand that there's practical ways that they can carry this out in their life, that they can put love to action, and they can serve justice to the people around them, not revenge. That the world doesn't need any more vengeance. The world needs more love. God, remind them of the story of Joseph and how differently this story could have gone with a little bit more love. Give them ideas on how they can put more love into their lives and into the people that are around them, maybe with their family, with their friend groups at school, the people around them where they live. God, give them ideas, give them creative thoughts. God, I ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, folks. I'm going to go get snack ready, and then maybe we'll play another game, or karaoke, or something else. Sound fun? Okay, I'll go get snack.